Hello and welcome to the Literary Lair 100th episode Q&A video. So, a couple months ago, I put a thing out on YouTube and Tumblr and Twitter and social media with a link to a forum where you could send in questions for this video. You see, a couple years ago, I did a Q&A video, but that was before I even had 50 episodes, so I figured what better time to do another Q&A video than for the 100th episode, since that's a reasonably big milestone, and the biggest milestone that we're going to hit for a while, not counting the yearly anniversaries. So, you asked questions, and now I'm gonna answer them. So, let's get started. What inspired you to look into books as your main source material? What inspired me to look into books? Well, I guess to explain this, I kind of have to go very far back in, explaining, something that, I grew up with. So, obviously every kid reads, but, I loved reading when I was a kid. One of the most vivid memories I have of elementary school was, I was somewhere from 2nd to 5th grade, and it was either 2nd, 3rd, or, 5th, and I'm sitting there at my desk, and I'm reading, Matilda, actually. So, I'm reading it, and when I read, I block everything out, which is why I tend, when a lot of people will read when they are, on the bus to school or work or something. I can't do that, because if I read, I'm gonna miss my stop, because I'm gonna get really into it. So, I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm reading, and, what feels like 3 minutes pass. And in elementary school, you would go in, sit at your desk, and then after 5 minutes, when the teacher had everything set up, she'd be like, go put your backpack in the closet and go back to your seat. So I look up. Everyone's backpacks are in the closet, except mine. I apparently didn't hear her when she said, go do that, and I had lost track of time. So I really liked reading. This obviously means nothing in the grand scheme of things, but when I was a kid, they would do those tests to know what your reading level is, to know, what type of English class you needed to take. So elementary school, I would do it, and the teacher would keep giving me the cards to read, and what happened in they give you a story, read it, what happened in the story, and she'd just keep giving them me, and at one point she ran out because I just read all of them. So, books are something that I know very well. As to why I chose books to review specifically, they don't require capture software or DVD ripping or scanning, and those are 3 things that I either don't have the ability to do or I don't have the patience to do. So books seems to be the easiest thing, since I was able to do it all in a sort of vlog format where it's just my face most of the time, save for image overlays and cutscene clips. So, yeah, that was a bit of a roundabout way of saying it, but that's why I decided to pick books as my main source of review material. Is there any show you really don't like? And if so, would you ever do an episode on how to fix it on said show? See, that's a problem, because, a lot of the stuff I review, you'll notice, I'll say, I really like this, up until a certain point, and that's because, I don't have patience to deal with something I don't like. So, you have people who, will deliberetely go and see, Sharknado or something, or they'll deliberately go and see, a movie that they know is gonna suck, for the sake of, reviewing it. I don't do that because I don't have the patience to deal with something that is truly terrible if I don't have some sort of stake in it. Now, obviously, if I was making money off of, doing stuff like that, obviously I would. If people were just, going on Patreon and giving me money to review really shitty things, yeah, I would completely do it. But when it's my own choice, I don't watch things I don't like. So, are there shows that I don't like? Yeah, there are a lot of shows I don't like. And shows that I have watched very sparsely that I don't like. Mainly, whatever sitcom crap is on Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network now that isn't like cartoons. And even some of the cartoons really. And I know that's kind of a sign of like getting older, and because a lot of people will say at a certain point they stop liking shows on those channels. It's just, when you have younger siblings and cousins and like you visit them, they're just watching this stuff, and it's like, I don't like it, but there's a TV and it's either do that or sit and do nothing. So it's like, just sit and, I don't really watch it, but it's terrible. And would I review those? No, because I don't want to have to watch more of it. I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of the answer. Is there a show I really don't like? Yeah. Would I ever consider doing a How to Fix It? No, because I don't want to watch it. You'll notice when I do reviews of bad things, they tend to be bad things that are either based on or, like, parts of things I really like. Like, Before Dishonor. It was really bad. But one, it made really good review fodder. And two, it was Star Trek, and I like Star Trek, so I gave it a shot, and it missed. But so yeah, that's the answer to that question. Next question: what's been your favorite episode you've done of the Literary Lair? What's been my favorite episode? That's a very hard question to answer because I feel like every episode I do is my favorite. So it's like, last week, Alternate Warriors was my favorite episode. But, next week it'll be the next episode, and it'll be the next episode after that. Like, if I had to pick, like, all-time favorite, it would probably be Before Dishonor, but that's only because it was, like, one of the best reviews I did in that time. Like, within 2013, I think that was my best review, save for maybe some of the reviews I had done later in the year. But like for the first half of 2013, Before Dishonor is like benchmark of what I like. Although I plan to do another top 10 list of my favorite episodes. Not for a milestone again because it's kind of a cop out, but episodes I really like that I don't like. My favorite is kind of my most recent one. But if I had to pick like ones I really like, Time Warp Trio and Captain Underpants. I loved making those videos. Those were really fun. Death Wish because of the whole 3 years I had spent trying to make that video. So that Death Wish is probably my like top benchmark for this year, which I really like. The Three Doctors, I like that video. I liked it for, the whole storyline part rather than the review. I mean, the review was fine. It was just, I preferred that part. So my favorite episode is whatever the most recent episode is, but if I had to pick favorites, I've got some that I really enjoyed making and really enjoyed watching. So, next question. Do you plan on doing any other impersonation videos of reviewers / characters of reviewers shows? If so, which ones would you like to do? Do I plan on it? Yeah, I actually really like doing it. So for those who don't understand the question, for April Fool's Day 2014, I did a video where I dressed as the Cinema Snob, which was part ripoff of what Linkara had done the previous year, but also related to something I had done for a fan, MSD3K, that never got off the ground, so I ended up using the movie, and it just so happened that the Cinema Snob had reviewed another movie in the same, series by the same guy, so I figured, April Fool's Day, it would work, and it was something I really enjoyed doing. And would I want to do more? Yes, I would. I totally want to. The problem is finding a way to fit it in. I had this one idea, a couple years ago. It was when I did Mostly Harmless, for, the Hitchhiker's Guide series, so that was 2013. and I'm probably never making this actual video, so I can kind of tell you what my idea had been. In Mostly Harmless, there's a lot of parallel Earths, so I was going to do a bit where it's like Mike Sano was scanning parallel Earths, and he accidentally smashes two together, and one of them happens to be in a top of the fourth wall-esque Earth. I even made like a 2D idea of what a Poyo Iota fusion would be like, and obviously, you know, like Mike Sano would have been like Link Sano, and I would have been Linkara, and it would have been a really cool video, but I never came up with anything past that part of like what I would do. And I wanted to do a video where I did an impersonation of Spoonie for a while, mainly because people have said that my Mike Sano, my Insano costume rather, I look a lot like I actually look a lot like Noah Antweiler, who plays Spoonie in Dr. Insano. So I've always wanted to do one of Spoonie. I just never had like source material of like some material to review that it would fit. The closest I got was when I did the Minority Report video and used my Spoonie intro sequence, which I had made on a whim because I was like really I was like binge watching Spoonie over a weekend and was like, I should make that. And I thought, you know, I might use it for something else. I never did. Yeah, no, there are a lot of reviewers I'd like to do stuff of. I mean, I don't have any like immediate plans to do one, but like I want to. So if I get the idea, I would do it. So next question: what's the most tedious book you've read for school? The most tedious book I've read for school. See, that's hard because I read a lot of tedious books for school. What used to be my number one was The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, which I hated it. And I had friends who hated it too, so it's not like I'm the only one who hated it, but I absolutely despised it. I think I had read it the year, the year after I had started reviewing. Like, at one point, I wanted to do a video on it, but I didn't want to read it again. I think it might have actually been in the plans for a classic novel month at one point, but I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to read it because it was such a terrible, terrible, terrible book. Last year I had to read a book for my college English class, The Empress of Rome, and I hated that, and I never finished it. So yeah, it was really tedious. It was the only way I found to amuse myself was by doing the main character's lines in the voice of Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker from Episode 2. So, like, I would read it, and I'd read it like, I don't like sand. So, yeah, that was another tedious book. There are other ones that I can't remember right now. The Good Earth, didn't really like that one. Anne of Green Gables, already reviewed it. Yeah, so those are a group of tedious books I've had to read for school. I can't pick which one was the most tedious because they all were. Next question. If you had a time machine, where would you go? If I had a time machine, where would I go? I couldn't tell you. I mean, like, if I was going to go back and meet, like, famous people, I'd probably go back to, like, the 70s and meet the entire original cast of MASH, like, together in one place. Probably go back and meet Patrick Troughton, too. And John Pertwee. And both the original Masters. I'd be a terrible time traveler. I'd use it to meet famous people that I really like. Although probably the future. The future would be cool. might want to go and, like, see, like, World War II in Korea, because, you know, why not? You know, time machine. Where would I go? I'd go to meet famous people that I like. Next question. PS4, Xbox, or PC? Well, seeing as how I don't own a PS4 or Xbox One, I guess this question has already been answered for me. PC. I play most of my games on Steam, and if I don't, I play it on the Wii. I never really upgraded to the Wii U because expensive, and not very many games that were good at the time it launched. Yeah, I play most of my stuff on PC, so, yeah. PC all the way. Next question. How long does it usually take you to make and edit the videos together? Well, I didn't really go into the amount of time it takes in the, making of the Literary Lair video, just because I thought that would be a little boring. Production usually takes about a full 7 days. Although that's not, like, deliberately the case, it's just how it happened to fall, when I have, school and stuff. So, this is how it goes now. It didn't always go like this, but what I'll do is on, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I will write. I will obviously pick a book, read it, write the script, and that will take about Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It'll take about 5 days in total, to write, when I'm doing it around school and other things. So when I have school, I'll just write when I get a chance, and usually by Monday or Tuesday, I'm, like, barreling through writing it, because, I have to film, and, Tuesday I'm busy or something, and so I'm barreling through, so I don't need to do it when I'm exhausted on Tuesday. So, and then on Wednesdays, I will film. Wednesday I have dedicated to be my filming day. And sometimes I'll edit on Wednesday too, but most of the time, most of the editing I'll do will be doing the audio fixing and the contrast and stuff, and then I will compile all the clips and stuff I need together, like cutscene clips or graphics or covers, and then I'll leave the rest for Thursday, and I will come home from school and just edit until edit until it's done. And then normally around like 9 o'clock, I'll finish editing, and I'll set the video to export, and it takes like an hour and a half, so I'll go do something else, come back at like 10, 11, and then the video has finished exporting. So, then I'll go, and I'll put the link on Patreon, and then I will go and, on Saturday, upload it everywhere else. So, yeah, it takes about a week, although it doesn't have to. If I finish the script early, sometimes I'll film early, and sometimes I'll have longer time to edit, and I won't edit everything in one day, but, most of the time it's a 7-day, production schedule, that goes around all, like, my other activities. But it fits in well and it works, so, yeah. How long does it take? 7 days. A whole week. So, next question. Which Smash character do you feel most like? Well, I always, this is sort of my way of saying it. Hawkeye is who I wish I was, because he's, like, the cool, fast-talking, doctor, and he's like the main character, and he's awesome. And BJ is the one that I strive to be, because he is the good father, the good husband, the master of fidelity. He is an overall good person. And who I really am is Radar, because I'm young, sometimes naive, and I look really good in a Jeep cap. So, yeah, Radar. Next question. What do you do when you aren't making videos? Do you have another source of income? What do I do when I'm not making videos? Doing other things. I mean, really, when I'm not making videos, I'm at school, I'm reading for recreation, which really is any of the books I've read for the show. I've always read it for recreation, except for Classic Novel Month, which is usually stuff I read in school. And yeah, I do things. I read, play video games, make videos. um, do I have another source of, oh, well, actually, no. I either read, do other things, watch TV, stuff like that. Binge watch stuff on Netflix. Yeah. And, do I have another source of income? Some would say I don't really have a source of income in general. YouTube is kind of stingy with, money. You need to make $100 for them to give you money. And Patreon has been doing okay. Not a lot of people have pledged. I just added a $1 level for people who don't want to see side videos a day early, but $2 was a little much, so I added a $1 in, where it's for $1 a month. You get to see How to Fix It in the Literary Lair a day early, but you don't get to see like the Let's Plays or the riffs or my thoughts or anything. Just cause, I figure when I watch someone, I'm watching them for their main content, and their other stuff is kind of an afterthought to me. So I figure that might be an option people are interested in. Yeah. Next question. How did you get into making videos? Okay, last question, and this is kind of like the Whopper question. How did I get into making videos? Well, sit back and let me tell you the tale of, so it all started, and believe me, everything connects. When I discovered Linkara in, 2011, I saw a video and I was like, this is cool, and then I never watched another one of his videos. And then a couple months later, I was like, I want to watch that again, and I found, wow, this guy has a lot of videos about stuff I like. And I watched them, and I was like, reviewing is fun. I had always wanted to get, famous on the internet when I was a kid, but I could never find something I was good at. I tried stop-motion Lego videos, didn't work. I tried vlogging, didn't work. I didn't have the patience to remember to vlog. I tried Let's Plays, but I couldn't find any capture software that works. I tried doing, vlog reviews. That didn't work. And then straight up reviewing, and I was like, this is something I can do. It requires a camera, a wall, and me talking, which is something I can do. So I started doing it, and I didn't really start getting good until later on, but, I'd always wanted to get famous on YouTube. I actually remember one time in, my junior year of high school, my teacher asked, what is, your dream job? And I was like, I want to make money on the internet. I want to make money making videos on the internet. And everybody looked at me like I was insane. And then I mentioned John Green, and everyone was like, oh yeah, I guess that counts. But he's also an author, so, you gotta have a side job. Yeah. So, I got into it the way a lot of people do. I watched someone else and was like, I want to do that. And I did. And here we are. Almost 100 episodes later, not counting all of the other videos I've done, the vlogs, the Let's Tries, the Let's Plays, the riffs, How to Fix It. I have more than 100 videos. It's just, this is the 100th episode of the show that I started 3 years ago with a crappy camera, and a red shirt, and a brown sweater vest, and oh, how far we've come. And that was the Literary Lair 100th episode Q&A video. If you have questions I didn't answer, that you want me to look at, put them in the comments or something, and I'll answer them there. And, I hope that you're all looking forward to the 100th episode. I'm not giving out any hints about what it is, because I want you all to be surprised, and I trust you're probably going to see this one coming. It's kind of my thing. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll enjoy the 100th episode, and I will see you in the next video. See you then. Thank you all for watching, and if you liked the video, you can hit subscribe and watch one of my other videos. My videos can be found on any of these fine sites, and if you want to help out, maybe consider supporting the show on Patreon. See you next time.